welcome to Get It In You. So, what we are going to be featuring is pink Himalayan sea salt. This show is going to be about all kinds of health fads and fitness things that are genuinely good for you. They come out in the media, we're not quite sure what to do with them, and this is going to help you to get it in you. So these are pre-seasoned. They have Old Bay seasoning, which is one of the things that I'm going to be adding to an additional rub, because we do love Old Bay. This is Maryland, after all. So, still good. Yeah, still good. Here's our whole wing. Pretty flat. This is where it attaches to the chicken. This is where the feathers would be. And this is not the traditional wing shape, so what we're looking for is a cut through the middle where the bottom of the V is, and you'll feel it right there. That's the joint, just right through there. And poof, we have our drummy and our wing. What I like to do is cut the extra fat off, just a little bit. There's still plenty of fat on there. That skin is what gives it the flavor. As you can see, there's our wing. There's our drummy. Not quite perfectly formed drummies. That's because a lot of the ones are done mass production style. Well, a machine will chop it and make that more distinct shape. So you get that little tab of fat right in there, and I don't know, sometimes I'll cut that off if it seems excessive. But most of that is going to bake up nice and crispy. We've preheated our oven to 450 degrees. It's going to be a hot cook. Alright, we're at step 2, the rub down. Here's our wings. We've got our rub. Put some into the pan. Make sure they're nicely coated. And in they go. Now eventually we're going to fill both of these pans up with chicken wings. Just making the most efficient use of dishes that we can. This rub is a mix of a pre-made rub by Stewart & Co. Good rub. A little bit of this garlic and parsley. And some proprietary herbs and spices. And of course, more Old Bay. Because even though these wings were originally spiced with Old Bay, we want extra Old Bay. Alright. So, baking chicken can be a much healthier alternative to frying chicken. It can be a little tricky because it takes longer, and generally speaking, you just can't get that crispy fried chicken crust. It's very hard to get when you're baking. However, one way that you can get close to achieving that is with the dry rub. The dry rub and the bake. So the baking is going to crisp it up very nice, and the dry rub is going to give it that ability to kind of sweat out all the juices while eventually crisping it. We'll have to do a couple steps. We'll have to pour out some juice when we're about 2/3 of the way done, so that the last third of cooking is really going to crisp it, dry it out on the outside, but leave it nice and juicy on the inside. Okay, so we filled our first pan. Baked wings. So these are non-stick baking pans. These are actually kind of intended for cakes, but we're going to try them with these wings. So this way we can use no oil whatsoever, and that is one added benefit for our baked wings. No fry, no oil, just natural chicken juices. Our chicken in the oven at 450 degrees. So why is sea salt different from regular salt? The main thing is that it's unprocessed or minimally processed. And when you don't process salt as much, it retains a lot of the minerals, a lot of the elements, and also its color. So generally we are used to table salt, which is kind of like a crystally white, very uniform grains. Sea salt generally is a little odder shape, usually larger grains. Sometimes you'll find it unground, big chunks. But this one comes very conveniently ground to a usable size. This can be used for table salt. Doesn't work with all salt shakers, some too small holes, but will work with most of them. And this one claims to have 84 minerals and elements inside of it. Can't really verify that, but sea salt in general does have a lot of those trace elements that sometimes we're missing in our diets, and which is why it is something that you should try to ingest. So, it can be a little more expensive. It's probably hard to be cheaper than any regular table salt. It's incredibly cheap, but we got this at TJ Maxx. $3.99, so $4 for 16 ounces, which is plenty of salt. Definitely lasts you a while. I've probably had this for about 4 months or so, maybe more. Barely used half of it. Plenty of salt left in there. So let's take a look at our wings. We're at about the 10-minute mark, and just to give us an idea of how they'll look, let's take a look. So here they are at 15 minutes. They're starting to let their juices out a little bit. Nothing yet to pour out, but they're getting on. Always remember to keep an eye on your wings. Know what you're cooking, know how long it's been. Don't overcook it, because then all your work will just kind of go to waste. But remember, Cajun style is a thing, so if it's a little overcooked, it's not that bad. So here's our asparagus that we were cooking earlier. This is a very simple dish. Just take a bunch of asparagus, chopped how you like it, put it into a pan, a little bit of butter, some herbs and spices, cook it maybe 10 minutes, or less in my opinion, but some people like it nice and soft. And we're going to have this with our baked chicken wings. So here we go, our baked chicken wings. Looking nice and crispy. Good crust on the outside. See, both sides of a nice dark brown, which comes from the caramelization as well as the rub itself. I think these might taste pretty good. We shall see. So the important thing is that the area where the skin is on the chicken wing, you want that to be nice and crisp so that it kind of falls off of the meat, and that the skin itself tastes essentially the same way as the batter would in a fried chicken wing. Gives you that same kind of feeling of a crispy outside. So I plated this up a little different than I would serve it, because my lovely wife prefers the drummies, which don't we all, but you know, I'm a wingman also. I enjoy some wings or drummies, so this is for my lovely, beautiful wife, and then this is for me. So here we are, all finished. Our beautiful baked chicken wings. No oil, completely unfried, and very tasty, very healthy. We have our asparagus, again, very low oil. We use just a touch of butter to give it a little bit of flavor. And everything has a little bit of that pink Himalayan sea salt. Now, sea salt is one of those great fad foods that are legitimately healthy. It's still salt, don't forget that if you are on a low sodium diet, you should be very careful with this, but it packs a little bit more flavor than regular salt, so just a little pinch will do it. So everyone, try to enjoy some sea salt. It's a fad, but like it or not, you should get it in you.